glory to the God who created you and me and the entire universe that you see and that you cannot see as well. So, do you have the guts to break and stop? Do you have the guts to introspect yourself? Why am I doing something that I am doing? For example, now I'm making this video. What is the purpose of this video? Is it am I like other people who want to who has this desire to exhibit their talents? Because my talent is not exposed anywhere, I'm feeling a little depressed because my talent is not being expressed. So I'm very expressive, so I want to exhibit my skills. Is that why I'm doing what I'm doing? Is my intention to impress someone? Is my so whatever you're doing, you should know why you're doing. So otherwise, what will happen is, if you don't know what you're doing, the purpose of the task that you're doing, why you're doing it. So if you don't know it, that means it's a pretty unfair state of affairs, because it's considered that, see, a purpose driven life. So your life should have a purpose, and it's not necessarily that every life should have a purpose. For example, a security guard, he comes in the morning or he comes in the late evening and he guards a certain place. It's a boring job. He just stands there and just keep watching people, and then he leave. So he'll be tired, because he's standing all the time, he's observing, and then he'll leave home and he'll sleep. So he thinks the purpose of his life is to be an owl, Gudlaguba, owl, and he looks onto people. Okay, he looks for places where you actually can try to catch the thieves. But the first thief is the Lucifer, the liar. In Genesis chapter 3, verses 4, Genesis chapter 3, verses 4, it says, there's a big lie. The woman, let's go to the second verse as well. Let's go to the first verse now. The serpent is basically the shaitan, the Satan, not the Satan, Satan. And let's see the fall, how the fall of the first two human beings that have been created by God, Adam and Eve, how they fell in their lives. So now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you mustn't eat fruit from the tree that's in the middle of the garden, and you mustn't touch or you will die." So the first lie, I think, is recorded in the Bible is, "You will not certainly die." The serpent said to women, "For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." See, it's a sequence of lies that are coming. So normally what to say is, if you eat this fruit of knowledge, then your eyes will open, is what the Satan is trying to say. But in reality, your spiritual eyes gets closed when you eat the knowledge of the fruit of knowledge. So, and the serpent is saying the Eve, "You will not certainly die." In reality, they died spiritually after eating the fruit. That means God's Spirit left Adam and Eve when they eat the fruit of knowledge, the fruit of good and evil. So the liar, or the Lucifer, the Satan, is trying to cheat people and is trying to say I. And normally people believe lies more than the truth. So that's a great problem. People start believing lies. People start believing fake people than the real true people. So fake people, they act so much that they pretend to showcase themselves as good people, while so the initial question I'm asking is, why are you doing something that you're doing? So you're doing something. So why are you doing what you're doing? So I give an example. I'm making this video. So I should not just make a video for no reason. So I should have the sense of understanding. So why am I doing that I'm doing? Otherwise, what would happen is I'm a donkey to not know what I'm doing. So my master puts the heap of clothes on my body, on my back, and I just carry like a donkey. So is somebody putting their weight on you and you're carrying it without knowing why you're carrying it? So if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else will plan for your life. And if that somebody is a God himself, then your life will be fruitful. That's fine, that's good. But if you are not aware of who is driving you, then you might be driven by wrong people and you might be upset, you might not be happy. So you start complaining your own people. You might not, at the end of the day, we would see, what am I doing that I'm doing? So yeah, am I doing it because I'm like everybody else? Like I'm like a puny guy, I'm a helpless guy, or I'm a helpless woman. So that's why I'm doing this. So if you don't have the time, so that's why I gave this subject, stop, because you're rushing your life. You're doing things, repeating things, and there's monotony in your life, in my life, your life, our life. So there's monotony in our life, and you're doing tasks, but you're not happy. So then, what is what is that we need to do that we can improve our lives? What is that we need to do? The purpose that we have been created to do. If we do not fall under the plan of God, then we will fall under the plan of the Satan, the Shaitan, the Lucifer. So if you fall under the plan of Lucifer, so what would happen is you will not be fruitful and you will regret what you're doing. So if you're driven by God, then you will be fruitful. And every time I say this, and I don't know whether people are very happy about it or not, I think if you take the top 10 people, happiest people in this world, I might think I'm one of the top 3 happiest people of the entire world. So can you say the same thing about yourself? I might not have a big bank balance. I might not have all the facilities that many of my friends have. I might not be having a great companion. I might not be having somebody. When I sleep on the bed alone. When I stay, probably I'm a loner. So I can't do anything. I can't do so many things that people normally do when they have a partner. But eventually I feel that I'm the most happiest person in the entire world. So why I have this kind of privilege, I have this kind of strong conviction that I'm happy. And the reason why I'm saying this is not to make you feel not bad about it, but I want you also know that the switch is on your side. The switch to be happy or not on is with you. Then how to switch that on? How you might ask, like, where did I get the switch from? The switch that you have is nothing but the power of discretion, of accepting or not. The power of the decision making power is with you, because you've been created with the Spirit of God, in the same image of the Spirit of God. And the God, He decides it for Himself. So you decide it for yourself. So now you have an option. If you have an option to be happy, and if you have an option to be unhappy, why be unhappy? So what is the clutter that in your head that is making you unhappy? Just remove it and throw it, dump it. You might think, okay, if tomorrow I have to pay these things, I have to do these things. That's why you're more worried. So just take it and dump it off. Just take the next 10 minutes. Just imagine that you're only living for the next 10 minutes and that's it. So then you do the task which matters most in your entire life that you want to do in the 10 minutes, do it. So that makes you a happy man. That makes you an unhappy man. Actually, I was telling this story a long time back, but it's not a. I want to say this. The most happiest person was having everything. He has a family, then he has kids, everything. But suddenly he found out that he's not the happiest person in the entire world, just because some guy like Padmakar or His Imperial and Royal Majesty Padmakar Isaac Rajaratnam Isaac the second. He said he's the happiest man in this whole world. So that made that guy unhappy. So I think Padmakar has something. It makes him a very happy man. So then this man who has a big family, everything. He lives in a very a nice place and a secure place. And then so he goes to a sage and asks, sage, I'm not a happy man. So what am I supposed to do? So sage says, go take a hen and keep it in your house. So he buys a hen and keeps it in the house. And the hen, happy? Honey? The hen runs around all the place, shits every place, and makes it most dirtiest place in the. Previously, the house was pitch clean. This guy probably had OCD. He wants to keep everything in certain order, and that now is gone. His peace of mind is completely gone. Then he runs to the sage the next day and says, "What have you done with my life? I think I was better before than you. After taking your suggestion, my life has become more worse." So then he says, take a cat. And now, I said, are you really sure? The hen is already there. So do you really want me to take the cat? So what am I supposed to do the way? Keep the hen and buy another cat and keep it with you. So he buys another cat and takes it home. Now there is a cat and the hen in the house. Now previously everything was there. This guy was happy, but now the hen came and now the cat is attacking the hen. The hen is flying around. The cat shit is so stinky. The hen's shit is also so stinky, and this whole place is so dirty. And now then he runs to the sage next day. Hey, what are you? Are you really fucking around? Are you really cornering me? Are you really? Why are you? So he said, no, take another dog. Now the dog, he takes a dog. Now the dog chases the cat chases the hen, and this whole mess around the whole. Then he said, the next day, this guy, the unhappy man, runs to the sage and says, "Sage, what are you trying to do with my life? I was actually feeling that I'm more happier without all this." Then he said, take one last animal, take a donkey. Now he takes a donkey, and then see, the dog chases the cat. Oh, the cat. It runs around. The hen. And in between the dog and there is no, this guy has a sleepless night. And then he runs at the sage and says, now he says, go take one animal of rather. Probably in the first hour, take the donkey away. And in the second hour, you take the dog away. And the third hour, you take the the cat away. And the fourth hour, take the hen away. So after 4 hours, all the animals are gone now. And then the sage has come back. So this guy runs to the sage and says, Sage, I am the happiest man in the entire world. What happened to him? Nothing happened. So there was there was this hen, the cat, the dog, and the donkey have been added into his life, and they have been taken it off from his life, and that makes him the happiest man in the entire world. So, are you carrying a burden of a donkey? Are you carrying? Are you having some kind of hens in your mind which is making the place dirty? It's not allowing you to sleep. Is as a cat, somebody like a cat is in your home and taking all your time. It's not allowing you to sleep properly, because you think that it's cuddling it, but it's cuddling you, but in fact you're losing your peace of mind. The dog, you think the dog is so faithful, you think the dog is so guarding the place, you think God is so God. You think the dog is doing all favor for you, but in reality, when you get rid of all this clutter in your life, you are the happiest man of the entire world. So this is basically a joke, comedy, taking off happiest man story. So the timelines have changed. Probably he said 1 week and I said 1 day, and then he said probably 1 day, and then I just said 1 hour. But the entire crux is the clutter in your life. If you want to make yourself happy, add clutter in your life and then remove the clutter, because you will not appreciate the happiness in your life unless there is a added amount of sadness in your life, and the sadness is taken away, and then you say, my God has turned all my morning into dancing. My God has turned my morning into dancing. So stop. No, you're running your life, and then you're complaining. I said don't waste time complaining. Don't waste time telling your problems to other people. So, because there is no problem which can be solved by telling it to other people. The only way you can solve the problem is take the problem and sit there. If if your daughter is there in the same position, what you would do? Then you have an answer. If you don't have an answer, if your God is there in that position, what he would do? So is a solution. Or if the Son of God, Yeshua, is there in that position, what he would do? The best person in this world, if he is in that position, what he would do? So then you get the best solution. That it's all in your head. So Einstein is told, he's a very big scientist, he's told that he used his brain only 4%. So probably you and I are using much lesser than that. So we can just dig around here and you get all the answers here, because the knowledge of good and bad is already with us. And now, the knowledge of the entire world is now in the artificial intelligence, ChatGPT or something like that. So you don't stay in your head, go to library and find information, and all the information is already there. So there's no waste of time. There is no. But see, information is there, and the information, even whatever information I am saying, it should be coming to your life as a added positive benefit, which will mentor you or which will change your life. When you hear something like this, you should feel excited, you'll feel happy, you should feel energetic, you should feel motivated, you should like somebody ignited you, and then you should start running so fast and be happy and jubilant and dance. Some people, they add so much headache in your life. They say all this news happening around, they make you feel like you're the whole bullshit guy in this entire universe. So you have to understand what are you here in this earth for. So now in India, this 10th of August 2024, probably around early in the morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30 or something. So why am I still alive in this world? A day has been added into my life for no reason. God has gifted another day in my life. So what is that I need to do? So what Adam and Eve have lost after eating the forbidden fruit is the God spirit that was in them. The God spirit left them. God said you will die if you eat this fruit, but they ate the fruit and they didn't die, but spiritually God's spirit has left them, so spiritually they're dead. So when the spiritually dead, suddenly they realize they don't have any clothes. Oh my God, I'm nude. Oh. So now I'm nude. That means they're feeling shameful about themselves. They're feeling shameful about themselves. Okay, so the first evil spirit that came to human beings is the evil spirit of shame. Then God came, hey, normally God used to walk with Adam and Eve. So he came and he has, in Genesis 3 and 8, then the man and his wife heard the sound of God as he was walking in the garden in a cool of the day. In the cool of the, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you, Adam?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." So the second evil spirit that barged into human life, the first time, is the spirit of fear. So they feared God first time after losing God's spirit in them. And then the third evil spirit that barged into them is the spirit of blaming. So now, in the next verses, and he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" So God wants you to be obedient. God wants you to be jubilant. When you are obedient, you are jubilant. Wow. When you are obedient, you are jubilant. You are so happy. So God wants that kind of obedience. He thinks the best path that you can get is by following the God's commands, by doing His will is the best that can happen in your life. So the man now says, "Why? Who said, have you eaten the fruit?" The answer should be, sorry God, yes, I've eaten the fruit. That was supposed to be the answer, but you see what Adam is saying. The woman you put here with me, the woman you put me here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree and I ate. He's like, so intentionally, I don't know what I ate. Probably that fellow already know what he ate, Adam, and because he's seen the changes, he's feeling bullshit about himself. He's feeling so bad about himself. So it's not that you would not have told, okay, see, this is a new fruit. Then Adam is not so dumb that he can't recognize the fruit of knowledge. So then he could have just confessed, right? Sorry, God, I've eaten the fruit that you have. So probably if you would have accepted without blaming on Eve, probably the outcome would probably be different. But this guy, the spirit of blame entered the human being for the first time, and then he started blaming Eve. Eve also can be silent, right? She could have said, I'm sorry God. So I actually forced Adam to eat this. It's all my fault. Can you please forgive us? So things could have been different. Now God then it says the snake told me, so I ate it. Then God gets angry and curses all the snake gets cursed, Eve gets cursed, Adam gets cursed. Actually, it's the other way around. First Adam gets cursed, Eve gets cursed. So then there is crying in the life of Adam and Eve. There is curse in the life of Adam and Eve. So if you still have these three evil spirits in you, the switch, who has the switch to kick them out is you yourself. If you have the fear, the the spirit of being shameful. See? Are you shameful? Are you afraid, or are you blaming others for what is happening in your life? Then you got to change all these things, because God's son Yeshua himself came here, and he already planted the spirit of God that left us the seed in you. The seed that is planted in you is the spirit of the Son of God, so that you can become the Son of God, and again bring God's spirit in your spirit. So when that happens, so you would not be shyful again. You will not feel shame about yourself. You will not feel fear. You will not fear anything at all. You won't feel the president of America. You won't feel the president of India, or you won't feel the prime minister. Whoever the man is in this world, you will not fear. So that's a power of God's spirit in you. In fact, they will fear us, because we become the Son of God. When do we become the Son of God? When the God's spirit in us is transformed. The seed should germinate, and it should become a plant, and it should grow. And what is the seed that has been planted in you by the Son of God? He planted the seed of the Son of God himself into you. There are many sons of God. So the seed of Son of God is planted in you. Now, because you were a lost son, now you have become a son of God. Previously, you were a son of Shaitan. Now, you become a son of God. So that is a transformation. And John the Baptist says about Jesus, actually, in reality, it doesn't matter, but I want to say the name that is given to Jesus is Yeshua in Hebrew. And when it got converted to Greek, there is no sound called sh. They only have su. So the Yeshua has become Isos, and from Isos, it went to the language of Latin, because English came through Latin. So English was not there at the time. So English was born from Latin. So when they translated these Isos, it became Jesus, and from Jesus came Jesus. So there is no name called Jesus at all. The actual name that was put to Jesus was Yeshua. So Yeshua, no need to know all this nonsense, because the more you know, you will know that you don't know a lot. The more you know, the only thing you will understand is that you don't know a lot more. You got it? So normally what we feel, okay, so let's say this is this is the total knowledge in the whole world. So if you know a dot of it, then you should actually feel very proud about it. So you know a dot of it. When you know the dot, and you know there are so many dots in yourself that you don't know. So that's how the knowledge acquiring is a continuous process. So even when you die, you will learn something. What you will learn? You will learn the process of death. So never fear death, because death is not something that we will not see. Everybody will experience birth. So everybody who will experience death. So there is nothing to be fearful about. There is nothing. So, but the people have so much clutter in their head that they are restraining themselves. They are constraining themselves. They see that they'll think that they will live for another 100 years. So Padmakar dad lived for 82 plus years, and he's still living. So I might think, okay, I might also live at least 72 years maybe. So if you think that you will live so long, then your problems will start right away. So then you will start trying to imagine the big picture. What would happen tomorrow? Then what would happen day after? Then you would only start worrying about what is tomorrow. What is that going to do? So I would say, just think that you are only living for the next hour. Probably the next 10 minutes is only the thing that you would probably live. So then do the things which you need to do, the most priority things that you do it. So that makes you make your life compartmentalize your life. So You give quality time to quality people. Don't not just waste time, because the time. So actually, you can't say that do not waste time. The purpose that we are, the one of the purpose that we are living here on this earth is to just waste time, waste money. This is why we are living. So you spending time and spending money is why we are here. So once uh, many people think, oh my God, what would happen to my kids? What would happen to my spouse? What would happen to my parents? Nothing will happen. You, so you just if you just get killed, Indira Gandhi got killed. What happened to their family? Nothing happened. Rajiv Gandhi became the prime minister. Rajiv Gandhi died, and then nothing happened. The whole country didn't lose anything. So like that, even for the most important persons of the prime ministers of the time when they died, nothing happened. So do not think that okay, you are holding the burden, and you are carrying your family on your back, you are carrying your kids. You might think, oh, the kids are so innocent, they don't know anything. You shut up. You don't know anything about the kids. They probably know more than you know. They probably, at that point, at that age that they are in, they probably know double the things that you know. At least minimum of double, twice that you know is what they know. So if you are there, you will only stop them, you will only bring it to your level, that is half their level when they grow. If you are not there, they will probably become better. So do not think, okay, I have to be here for my kids. I have to be here for my spouse. I have to be here for my parents. You be the only thing that you want to be for somebody is for you yourself, and then you yourself are the host of God's Spirit in you. So you and God, when you are together, you would do the purpose of God in your life. And then, what is so many people will ask, what is the purpose of God in my life? I don't know the purpose of God, my purpose of life. Then what would I do? So, God, earlier, all the people were, when they ate the forbidden fruit, they become lost sons of God. Now, when Yeshua came and planted the seed of God in God's Spirit in all of us, and then he went. So now, if your ego comes down, if your soul part, which contains ego, the decision making, and the and your emotions, so if that becomes zero, then you that means personally the I me mine. When that dies, the seed of God will germinate in you, and once it germinates, it starts growing, and when it goes to the full-fledged tree in yourself, angels of God will assist you. They will serve you. When angels of God serve you, your life will become meaningful. You will know what to do, when to do, how to do. So they will take care of all your planning. They will take care of all execution. You just have to be present in the presence. You just have to. You would be taken to places, and wherever you go, you are a blessing to the entire world. You go, if you enter a place, the evil spirits there will run away, rush away, and there is healing that is delivered. The spiritual healing, the financial healing, the family relationships which will they probably were about to divorce and go away. Their relations they're not so good. Now, as soon as you enter their home, everything will fall place. And then the problem here is they will think you are God Himself to them. Because when you enter their family, when they listen to you, their life has changed. They didn't even expect, oh my God, I would become so happy within a few minutes. And then happiness came and barged in. They will think Padmakar is God. That's bullshit. That's the same thing. Many people now think Son of God is God. The Yeshua is God. So some people say the archangel Michael, who wages wars with other worlds, has been sent as Jesus, the Yeshua. So we don't want to get into all those details. There's nothing useful about it. Again, there's so much controversy already happening. So we don't want to know the things that we don't need to know. So a pregnant lady, right? A pregnant boy inside, or pregnant baby inside the stomach of a pregnant lady, the son or the baby doesn't need to know the colors that are outside. doesn't need to know the names of the parents. When they come out, they'll tell. Okay, even that point of time, they don't know. They don't need the name of the parents. What would a son and daughter will call the parents? Mother, mom, dad, daddy, papa, like that, right? So they will not call by your name. So they will not probably call by your name if they have any sense. So why would you want to create a name for God? So the problem with creating name for God is one person called God and one name, and the other person called another name. So they both start. They probably won't fight because they only kept their names. The generations that come next, right? Whatever name this guy has kept, that name they follow. Whatever name this guy kept, that their family, they follow that name, and in the descendants of them are now fighting and killing themselves. So thereby, the old man who is the head of the family, if he looks, he sees his grandchildren fighting among themselves, killing each other. That is a movie story called Animal. The grandsons kill each other, but the old man doesn't want them to fight amongst each other. But the son of the hero in that movie, the Animal movie, tries to protect his father from being killed. So his task is that he doesn't see anything else except to protect his earthly father. So what is your purpose of your life? Are you trying to protect someone who will not have any importance for you in your life? Now today, because the person who is getting favor from you is dependent on you. He might be your son, he might be your daughter, he might be your spouse, he might be your parent, he might be your close friend, anybody. So he will take advantage of your time. So your time is the limit. You spend your time the way you want to spend. You also, see, people have to coexist. I mean, the thing is, you should not be very selfish. Okay, spend time for yourself, be happy. Yeah, be happy, but the more happiness comes when you give. So that's what, no? People give, and then they see there is nothing in them. What I'm trying to say is, when you give, God will give you more. So it's not like I give and I should get another 200% back. So twice I should get back minimum. That is called business. Don't do business with your kids. Don't do business with your spouse. If you do business with your spouse, what better is it than prostitution? The prostitutes also take money for doing a favor. Then you also do the same thing. Then what is the difference between you and a prostitute? Am I making some sense to you? So do something. Give in such a way that you don't expect anything in return. So that's how this should work. And I think I've placed you in a good place of stopping, looking, and proceeding. So stop, look at your life. See, this is what we should do. Otherwise, what will happen is somebody is taking your time. Somebody is taking your assets. Somebody is taking your finances. Somebody is taking your entire life. You are not living your life. You are living life for somebody else. That makes you a slave. I want you. You are a king. You are a queen. You are a princess. You are a son of God. You are a daughter of God. If your God is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, then you, being his son, is either a prince or a princess or a king or a queen. So realize that potential, then be jubilant. When you are obedient to God, then you be jubilant.